I never enjoyed the music
I
business.
heard that.
The politics, man. It's like for me, man, everything that ever worked for me was unorthodox. They follow a certain formula. You would have to be a true cult follower to really, while he was alive, to understand, Yams.
ASAP Rocky has long been celebrated as a charismatic leader in modern hip-hop, renowned for his experimental sound, high-energy performances, and undeniable influence on style and culture. Yet behind the scenes, he's experienced his share of dramatic twists and turns. Most recently, an unexpected legal development has captured everyone's attention. Rumors abound that AARI, a familiar face within the ASAP mob circle, stepped into court and delivered key statements that could dramatically alter Rocky's circumstances.
You're always in the press and stuff like that. It gets at whatever's left of you, whatever's real.
Yeah.
And I feel like most people feel like, you got to change. You got to kind of like, it's like fame and money. I say it all the time. It doesn't really change you, and it changes the people around you.
Even more startling are reports that footage capturing Rocky's immediate reaction to AARI's words has surfaced, revealing a side of the Harlem artist few have witnessed. This revelation has set social media on fire as fans scramble to understand how such a close friend could apparently change everything with just a few carefully chosen words. What seemed like an exciting legal circumstance has turned into what many are describing as an act of betrayal, and has social media users speculating.
The whole fighting, the situation with, the Brooklyn cats and us Harlem cats, what happened. And I think everybody squared it out like men. And
Did you square it out there that night?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I think
That's unusual.
Yeah, because it's everybody's on a common mutual ground, and it's like we doing it for Yams, bro. His mom's is this, it's kids there. People ain't come for that. People really want to see his show and celebrate somebody.
That spirit made it all the more.
From the outside, the ASAP mob has always looked like a united family of innovators, each member bringing a distinct talent to the table. Through blockbuster tours, iconic music videos, and unforgettable collaborations, they carved out a new path for New York rap in the 2010s. ASAP Rocky and AARI, in particular, seemed closely bonded, traveling together, performing side by side, and sharing spotlight moments that bolstered the collective's legendary status. Indeed, for years, they appeared to have an unbreakable rapport, brothers in both music and lifestyle. So, for the hip-hop community, the notion that AARI would stand in a courtroom and offer details that could potentially harm Rocky has ignited a surge of disbelief and heartbreak. Those closest to the situation describe Rocky's reaction in vivid terms. Some say that his initial response was pure shock, his eyes reflecting a sense of betrayal as he listened to AARI's statements. Observers claim it was one of the few times Rocky has appeared visibly unsettled in public. Typically calm and collected, known for his poised demeanor in interviews and on stage, Rocky is not one to let emotions overshadow him. But in this instance, word has it that he struggled to maintain composure, especially as the full magnitude of AARI's testimony sank in.
Are you still happy with the so-called music business?
Yeah, it has its ups and downs,
Yeah.
man. It changes. For me, man, I have a cult following, so
man.
I don't really have to contribute to do things to stay relevant and hot, man. I'm fortunate enough to be one of those individuals. Like I said earlier, probably like a Andre, somebody, a Frank Ocean, a Tyler is just a creative to where you just do what you do, and when I'm doing this, I'm compassionate about it.
Whatever was said in that courtroom seems to have had a profound impact on Rocky's mindset, with insiders describing him as someone who might be reaching a personal breaking point, if only briefly. For ASAP Rocky, loyalty has always been a core principle. Throughout interviews and media appearances since his debut, he has emphasized the importance of standing by the people you started out with, citing a desire to be a role model for up-and-coming artists who strive to maintain tight-knit circles. That spirit made it all the more jarring when rumors emerged that AARI had joined forces with legal authorities, providing information that could derail Rocky's plans for the future. The swirling reports are somewhat fragmented, as often happens in high-profile legal affairs. Several members have posted vague references to loyalty on their social accounts, but stopped short of naming either Rocky or AARI directly. Typically, these kinds of internal group disputes are handled privately, but given the magnitude of the situation and the unceasing interest from fans, a swirl of rumors has emerged about who stands where.
I never enjoyed the music business.
I heard that.
The politics, man. It's like for me, man, everything that ever worked for me was unorthodox. They follow a certain formula, which is traditional, and not knocking it. I just don't think that formula applies to this man.
Even outside the collective, the debate rages on. On one side, you have fans who insist that the very act of testifying against a friend in court is a grave transgression. On the other side, there are those who argue that we can't possibly know all the facts or the pressures AARI may be under. Maybe he was given no choice but to speak for legal reasons. Perhaps he is sharing his truth in an era where social media acts as both judge and jury. Opinions fly faster than accurate information, leaving even well-intentioned observers unsure how to process the situation. All the while, the central question remains: what exactly did AARI say on the stand that could so profoundly affect Rocky's emotional state and potentially change the course of his career? Until verified information surfaces, the rumors will likely continue to swirl, painting dramatic pictures of arguments, hidden evidence, and possibly sensational claims. Some sources suggest that the statements link Rocky to a problematic incident. Others maintain that the content is more about personal or financial disputes that became entangled in broader legal complications.
You would have to be a true cult follower to really, while he was alive, to understand, Yams, Lil Newport, but I think now that he's gone, it's like one of those things. It's like awareness, and it's just spreading, and his importance in hip hop and how his contribution to hip hop, people are starting to see his influence, and it's not just ASAP Rocky.
Regardless of the specifics, the effect on Rocky appears unmistakable. By all accounts, the man who once seemed nearly unflappable has shown an uncharacteristic vulnerability, maybe even heartbreak, in the face of what he perceives as AARI's betrayal. Fans have observed that he often withdraws from public view whenever a significant controversy engulfs him, choosing privacy and introspection over constant engagement with the rumor mill. This tendency might help him cope, but it also means supporters are left wondering if he is okay, whether he plans to address the conflict directly, and how he'll creatively channel the emotional turbulence. For AARI, the road ahead is equally uncertain. If he stands by his statements, he could face ongoing hostility from fans who perceive his actions as a betrayal. Gaining forgiveness, or even a fair hearing for his side of the story, might be difficult. On the other hand, there's a minority of observers who argue AARI is doing what he must, possibly shouldering a heavy burden that no one else truly understands. Whether he emerges as a pariah or a misunderstood figure is up to the court of public opinion, and that court can be as unpredictable as any actual legal system. In conclusion, the swirling rumors and partial insights we have indicate that ASAP Rocky's situation is at a critical juncture profoundly shaped by AARI's courtroom statements. The raw emotions on display, shock, sadness, frustration, suggest a fracture that runs deep. These moments of adversity, both real and perceived, often prove to be catalysts for a creative change. It will be up to AA Rocky if he wants to continue with this drama, or continue with his career. This ordeal has become more than a mere celebrity scandal. It's a window into the complexities that arise when fame, loyalty, and legal concerns collide. What began as a tight camaraderie within the ASAP mob has evolved into a scenario filled with conflicting narratives, heartbreak, and high stakes. And the world is waiting on how this will all unfold. What do you think about this situation? Let us know down below.